hard work is a blessing that God has given unto us. It's a blessing through which we could fulfill the calling and the mandate of God upon our lives. You know, I don't see any man that will rule upon his life without working at least 14 to 18 hours a day. If you are not working 14 to 18 hours a day, you are not working at all. If you are not working 14 to 16 hours a day, you are not working at all. I'm not talking about job or salary. I'm talking about working on your destiny, on your mission, on your calling and all that. So let's look into the life of Paul. 1 Corinthians 15:10. Paul said, "But by the grace of God, I am what I am." Now, see two things that Paul is talking about here. He's talking about grace. He said, by the grace of God, he is who he is. By the grace of God, I am what I am. Then he continues to say, and his grace, that is God's grace, towards me was not in vain. But let me tell you something about grace. Every one of us has been given grace. Every one of us has been given grace. Because he ascended on high and gave gift to men, to all men. So all of us have been graced. In fact, there is no way God will send you to this world without giving you grace to do what you are supposed to do. God sends each and every one of us here with our own measure of grace, with the grace to do and accomplish what God had called us to do. So there is a grace upon your life to accomplish whatever. It doesn't matter how daunting the task is. It doesn't matter how unbelievable it is. It doesn't matter how stubborn the problem is. You have been given grace to accomplish it. Everybody, Christian and unbelievers, there is even common general grace or common grace for unbelievers. But we who are Christians, we have access to even greater grace. And we have access to increasing grace. We could increase our grace through right attitude. But grace alone will not do the job. You cannot fulfill your mandate just by grace. I'm sorry. Grace is not enough for you to fulfill your mandate. So even though Paul is saying here that he is who he is by grace, I am but by the grace of God, I am what I am. So, but despite that grace, he said, and the grace of God towards me was not in vain. Now, why was he saying the grace of God towards him was not in vain? What he was now talking about, that the grace of God, okay, I am who I am by grace. God gave me grace to become who I became. But it means that it is possible to waste the grace of God. It is possible that some people are actually wasting the grace of God right now.